Hi, I'm Coach Shayain. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited as this is day 3 of the inaugural Indigenous Championship in British Columbia. I am here in Nk'Mip Canyon Desert Golf Course, which is stunning, on the unceded territory of the Osoyoos Indian Band, and it is spectacular. Day 3, and we already have the final group, which teed off at 1 p.m. But we started this beautiful weekend full of festivities, activities. We had an opening ceremony. We had drummers and dancers from the Osoyoos Indian Band. The energy was incredible. We had Her Honor Janet Austin here present, and one of our board members received a very high-level gift, which we will show you in a little bit. Patrick Kelly, he's also part of the interview. I interviewed a few of the band members as well as our tournament chair, Christina. You won't want to miss this episode as there's tons of history. It is our first time being here and hosting this championship, which we're very excited about, and the caliber of golfers here, incredible. Let's not forget the cute little kids, as we had 4 clinics for them on Sunday. Their parents came out from different parts, and I think the best thing that I can share with you is we had a 14-year-old and an 82-year-old all competing at the exact same time from 80 different bands. For more numbers for you, 114 participants. I mean, let's get started.
Yeah!
Woo!
Make a long putt.
You can do it. Woo! Woo! Woo!
There you are. You know where your touch 13. Don't get thrown in the lake when you get to 13.
Just continue to go through the registration.
And then boots.
My name is Patrick Kelly, and I'm from the Okanagan First Nation in the Stola Nation in the Fraser Valley.
Amazing. So I heard a story that 15 years ago you had a vision of having the first ever Indigenous Championship. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was actually a joint vision between His Honor, the former Lieutenant Governor Stephen Point, and me, who were golfing in Chilliwack about a week before he was appointed Lieutenant Governor. He'd asked me, and I think it was about hole number 12, if I recall, if I'd ever organized a golf tournament before, which I had. And so I told him, yeah, absolutely, that would be great. And so he said, oh, we should do an Indigenous golf tournament, especially involving youth and people from all around the province. So that was the origin of this idea. It was a joint conversation between Stephen Point and me. And following that, I formed the BC Aboriginal Golf Association with board members from each of the different tribes in British Columbia. So we had a great board of directors from all around the province, and so that's how it started. Yeah.
Amazing. So now that it's actually happening, can you kind of share how you're feeling? Today's practice round, what's going through your body and your mind?
Oh, I'm just feeling so excited, especially as I walk around and hear all the comments from people, literally from around the province, from one corner of the province to the other, and they're so excited to be here. First ever Indigenous Championship, and the excitement is just palpable. You can see it and feel it, and people are just so looking forward to getting out there and giving it their best.
So over here I have Your Honor Janet Austin. I am so excited, and what a privilege to meet you. Your speech was excellent. We're so happy you're here, but let's get started with the questions.
Sure.
So the first one is, your speech was incredible, but can you explain to everybody else how you feel being here, just seeing the excitement in people's face and how happy they are?
Oh, Shayain, this is absolutely wonderful. It really is. A group of people from BC Golf came. We had a little meeting at Government House. We had a lunch, and we talked about putting this together and what it would be like. And so for me, just seeing what has actually come together, the amazing response that you've got, so many people involved, how well executed it is. It's really, actually, I'll say thrilling. It really is.
It truly is.
So it's also such a fabulous place. And I do believe that celebrating the athleticism and the skill of Indigenous golfers is really an important part of reconciliation. And we need to think about honoring the work that they do and engaging them in a way. It's a kind of reconciliation when people golf together.
Absolutely.
So it's wonderful to be here. I'm so grateful to have been asked to serve as official patron. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole thing goes over the next couple of days.
Can you kind of explain from your experience maybe the power the sport has in terms of networking and bringing people together and even hosting like that? So maybe in the future there's a young girl or boy that doesn't think that they belong on the golf course, but can you kind of speak a little bit on that and how we can bring them in?
I think you have to start when people are young, and we see that happening here. I just had a wonderful conversation with the tournament's youngest golfer. She's 14 years old, and she golfs several times a week. She started when she was 5, and she's obviously a real enthusiast. And so I think being exposed to the game early in life makes a huge difference.
That's right.
Golf has also traditionally been kind of a game of business, and so it's been men who have played, but increasingly I think we see more and more women really growing interested in the game, learning the game, and getting out and competing themselves. And so we see that I think it's a very positive shift.
Yes.
In terms of just including a much more diverse group of people in the game and encouraging them to participate, I do think it is about youth development. The more that young people can have exposure to the game early, and to be supported to actually develop some skill, I think we'll see more and more of that.
My name is Christina Spence Proteau. I have Indigenous ancestry on my father's side from the Spence Lake area in Manitoba. And I have played golf before. I've been playing golf since the age of 6.
Can you let people know who may not know about some of the accomplishments that you've had as a golfer?
So I've been very fortunate with golf. I was a bit of a late bloomer in terms of success, in my opinion. I was lucky enough to represent BC since I was a teenager, but I didn't win a provincial championship until 2006 when I was in law school at UVic, actually just down the road at Fairview Mountain. So I love the Okanagan, good vibes here always. And over the years, been very fortunate to win, I think, 9 provincial championships and 8 national championships, along with competing in a US Open in 2011 and Canada a few times and BC a number of times. So I've been incredibly fortunate over the last 25 years. Interestingly for me, this week is not about my competition, even though I'm competing. This week is about growing the game and the legacy of this event. So I'm excited about something in a way for golf that I've never really had that level of excitement before. So it's for me, this is so much more important than any trophies that I've been able to hold. So
behind us, I'm sure you all can see that we do have a kids clinic out here. Tell us a little bit about that and what the vision behind bringing the youngsters out.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think all of us identify as a lot of things, and so 2 of the things that I identify as in terms of my own identity is being a woman and having Indigenous ancestry. And so golf traditionally is frankly one of those sports that has been seen and has been elitist in a number of ways in limiting access to who can play the game, right, and who might have the means and the opportunity to play the game. So I think we as a golf association have a responsibility to grow the game in all areas. It's certainly part of our strategic plan. Indigenous participation being one of those avenues that we want to grow. And what better way to grow Indigenous participation in youth by having a championship that they can strive to play in. So combined with that was having this youth clinic today. Coming out, cute. Yeah, they're adorable. And how do you not get so much energy watching youth participate in golf? So for me, it just takes me back to early days for myself too. So I'm talking with a few of the parents here this morning and just seeing them exposed to this. They're so thrilled to have their kids here, and really this is what it's all about. So
that's it.
Yeah.
And the last question I'm going to leave you with is, What would you love to see, I guess, this tournament become in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, for me, this is not, and for the Golf Association as well, this is not a one and done. This is a legacy that we want to see repeat annually, just like the rest of our provincial championships here in British Columbia. So 3 to 5 years, I want to see this competition still going strong. I'd like to see the field full every year, and I'd like to see more and more representation from all over British Columbia and beyond if we have the capacity for it. I'd love to see the continued partnership as a qualifier for the North American Indigenous Games, and I'd like to see it grow the game, at all levels, and in particular the competitive level. Would love to see more Indigenous representation on our men's and women's teams. If we can grow the game and see that, I think that's representative of our province in a great way.
And so, sorry, one last one. So I've heard that the top 8 players get to be a part of a competition against Ontario.
Yes.
Tell us about that and how that came about.
So that's a really exciting component of it. So this is the inaugural British Columbia Championship, but Ontario was on board with it last year, and they had their inaugural championship in 2022. So the intention is to form a team from British Columbia, Ontario form a team, and we're going to compete against each other at Bear Mountain Resort in Victoria later this fall. So nothing like some good match play competition, especially interprovincially. So, BC will just get ready to give our best to Ontario. So look out, Ontario.
Yeah, they're coming for you. Can you please tell me your name?
Dave George.
And where are you from, Dave?
The Osoyoos Indian Band.
Okay, great. So this is your local home course.
It is, yeah.
And you are the general manager.
I am so. And another interesting part about this whole course, 3 of our own band members were involved in the design of the course.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Are you one of them?
Yes, I am.
And who are the other 2?
2 cousins of mine, Tony Baptiste and Sam Baptiste.
So speaking about sculptures, you are quite the artiste.
Uh-oh.
I have seen your artwork inside.
All right.
And are those all the chiefs of the Osoyoos Indian Band?
Yes, all of our past chiefs from... Shayain was the first one that we had recorded, but I don't know if we have any that go further back yet. But he's my great-great-grandfather, and the one following him is Noshis. And then it just goes on. But we had a lot of research done as far as gathering pictures and stuff to get this done.
Right.
And Chief Clarence Louis was the one that was instrumental in getting that part of the whole documentation of the past chiefs done. So yeah.
Amazing. And then I also heard you telling somebody else that some of the sculptures that are outside, the one in the front with the waterfall, that you had some input and some hand in that as well?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I had some friends of mine that did sculptures in concrete and stuff, and I kind of worked with them and learned the process while working with them. I brought them down here to get these sculptures on the golf course done. Rock work for key markers, that stuff. For the Salmon Chief, all of the sculpturing done. And we had a friend of mine from the States of Colville Reservation do all of the steel sculpting.
Wow.
That you see throughout the whole golf course.
My name's Todd Tweedy. I'm the head professional at Nk'Mip Canyon Golf Course.
You have the first ever Indigenous Championship in British Columbia.
Yes.
How does it feel?
It feels fantastic to be hosting the inaugural, the first at a full-fledged Indigenous owned and operated by the Osoyoos Indian Band. It's such an honor. It really is. And truth and reconciliation, it's what we're here for. So
great.
Yes.
So Okanagan, hot spot for people coming to drink wine, play golf. Yes. It is very hot. Maybe get a tan, jump in the lake.
Yes.
So tell us, why should they come to your golf course?
Well,
what makes you different?
What makes us different? Well, we have a full desert golf experience here. We are cut out of the north end of the Sonora Desert. This runs all the way down to California and into Mexico.
Wow.
So you see sagebrush, you see rattlesnakes, you see greasewood, you see it all. We have 2 very kind of distinct nines. We had about 12 or 13 full-fledged desert golf holes, and then a little wide open on the backside. You just won't find a facility like this anywhere in this part of the country.
Okay, your favorite hole?
Oh, my favorite hole would probably be number 13. Got a tree in front. It's demanding tee shot, not very long. and you better be accurate on that approach shot, because otherwise you're running down the canal.
Talk to me about the wine and what's going on this golf course in terms of vineyards and wine and grapes.
Yes, so with the facilities around here, we do have about 4 holes that have wineries and vineyards, I should say, that run alongside. Our 4th hole, I've got lateral on the left, on the right, left. Lateral on the left, I've got OB on the right, both vineyards coming up 7 and 8. You'll find a lateral on each side, as there are wines. There are grapes grown, and they are run by the local wineries around here.
Hi, my name's Kelsey, and I'm the golf course superintendent here at Nk'Mip.
Great. So if I was a young girl, maybe 15, and trying to figure out a career, what am I going to do for the rest of my life, and in high school and panicking, would you say that maybe what you do is somebody who likes, spontaneous, likes to be outside? What other what was going through your mind when you joined? How did you join?
I came into the industry kind of by happenstance through a lot of different avenues. Actually, it's kind of cool how it worked out. But to address like somebody who is interested in maybe trying the industry out, and that I hope you like to have fun. The crews generally like to joke around. We do a lot of solo work out here, sitting on a mower, running weed eaters, all kinds of different stuff. So if you like to listen to music and kind of spend time alone, but as part of a team as well, trying to accomplish something, it's a great place to be.
So I am back here with Patrick Kelly. The round has ended. We are coming towards the end of the Indigenous Championship. So what's the feedback? How do you feel?
I feel absolutely wonderful. It was, one of the most enjoyable tournaments that I've ever had, because, there were just so many happy people, that many of them for the first time actually playing a seriously good tournament. And I could tell that people really wanted more. And so they're very much looking forward to the next year and the year after that, because this will become an annual event.
But a little bit about you now. Let's focus on you. So Your Honor, Janet Austin was here in the opening ceremony. It was so lovely to see her speak, and just spoke so well. And in the end, she had a little surprise, which I think caught a lot of people off guard, but maybe caught you off guard.
It caught me off guard, absolutely. I did not see that coming at all.
But it was wonderful. So please share with everybody what Your Honor gave you.
Well, Her Honor Janet Austin presented me with a thing called the Vice-Regal Commendation, which is a certificate, but it also comes with a pin that I would wear on a jacket or a lapel like I've got here, and so the Vice-Regal Commendation is really something that the Lieutenant Governor, it's her prerogative to give. And the reason she decided to give me this is we've been working together a lot on some really interesting things. For example, the Lieutenant Governor, sponsored and really got heavily involved in the Lieutenant Governor's Reconciliation Awards. And so as she was thinking about that idea of how to help people in every community of British Columbia, whether you're individuals working together or communities or organizations, she decided to put together this Reconciliation Award, and she'd asked me to help, along with a number, like Chief Sophie Pierre, Judith Sayers from New Chanoth, and a number of others. And the whole idea of the Reconciliation Awards was really just to honor people that are working well together.
We have now come to the conclusion of our 3 days at Nk'Mip Canyon Desert Golf Course. Thank you so much for being such gracious hosts. The tournament was absolutely exceptional, and your golf course is stunning. Thank you, Osoyoos Indian Band, for hosting 114 participants, and to British Columbia Golf Association for your first ever Indigenous Championship. It was fantastic and really well run. To all the participants, We hope to see you again next year here at Nk'Mip for the 2024 Indigenous Championship, and we hope you bring a band member or two, or a friend or a cousin to join you so we can make this tournament bigger and better for the years to come. Congratulations to all the winners for your inaugural Indigenous Championship, and we wish you all the best next year. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Coach Shayain, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do that right now. And if you have any questions or want to know more, leave them in the comments below. Have a great day. See you next time.